Hello, everybody. My name is Lucas, and welcome back to another world tour. This one's pretty special. It's the 5-year world tour. Cue the clip of me on like my first YouTube episode, and you can see how far that I've come. Anyways, the last 3 months have been pretty productive. First of all, starting with the Netherwart farm. And if you remember anything about last world tour, this should make a little bit of sense. But if it doesn't, I will explain. So, I decided that I was going to decorate my creeper farm with red nether bricks. And so, in the last episode, the last world tour, you saw me smelt a whole bunch of netherrack in order to craft the red nether brick. And now the other counterpart to the netherrack is netherwart. And I'm currently at my netherwart farm. Now, the nice thing about this farm is it's super slow. So I have decided to expand the farm, as you can see by the vast amounts of netherwart that is now here, that wasn't here when I originally built the netherwart farm. And now, the keen among you will notice the beacons here. the beacon railings. And I decided that I'm going to be decorating this farm with beacons. Now, why would I give a farm like this such eloquent decorative treatment? That is because I'm going to be turning this area into a master cleric settlement. Meaning that this is going to be the home for a villager cleric mega city or whatever it is. So part of my master plan for this world is I want to have a mega build for every single villager type. And what better way than to turn your netherwart farm into the center of a cleric villager build, because clerics deal with things in the nether. Right? They deal with rotten flesh, and ender pearls are now part of the nether with the warped forest and all that. So if I'm gonna be turning it into a mega villager settlement, you ought to decorate your farms and make them really neat and cool. So that's the update with the netherwart farm. Also, this is episode 800. I should have said this at the beginning. Shout out to everyone in chat. Yay. I'm now on 1.21.4, which used to be the newest version of the game until they dropped the useless 1.25 update, but I won't get into that in the world tour. Also, I went searching for a pale garden. Anyways, after the updating to 1.21.4 happened, I decided to go in search of a pale garden. And let's just say it led me over 35,000 blocks to this spot right here. This was the first pale garden that I encountered as I flew in a straight line, 35,000 blocks away. I had somebody load my seed up in a seed finder. It turns out I passed over 13 pale gardens on my way to this one, just hidden just outside of render distance. So you could say I'm pretty lucky dodging all those pale gardens. But yes, so I need beacons, right? That's the next plan. 2 things. I need obsidian and I need nether stars. The glass is not that big of a deal, right? So taking care of the nether stars first leads us over to the wither killing chamber. Huzzah! So this is a design by insert thing here because I don't know who it is right now. And basically the way it works is you stand here, you place soul sand here. Once you flick the lever, and it becomes loud and annoying, and then it spawns a whole bunch of withers right here, and they all entity cram in the minecart. And then you can collect your nether stars here. It works super efficient. It kills lots of withers an hour. So that's how I'm getting all the nether stars. I have a full shulker box currently sitting at my base right now of nether stars, but the problem still remains is, how am I getting obsidian? Well, as I venture on over to the source of our obsidian, I'm going to be using piglin bartering in order to get obsidian, because you get some amount of obsidians from trades. So if I'm using piglin bartering, then that means I need gold. And if you remember from the last World Tour, I started digging a new gold farm perimeter in order to get netherrack. Now, I didn't plan on going any further with that until a little while longer, but it turns out I actually need to keep digging the perimeter. And in order to use piglin bartering, I need a gold farm. Dun dun dun. Psh. This is my gold farm in its current state. It's almost all the way dug out. I'm down at Y30 right now. And the reason why progress has been so fast is this machine right here. The dispenser grid V2 circle lull, made by Mac_828, shout out to Mac, and the circle modification, shout out to KK Does Life for modifying this into a circle. And basically it drops 5,840 TNT all at once and explodes a whole bunch of netherrack. And then you go in and you clear lava, and then you explode it again. Super simple, super easy, way faster than digging it out by hand, and also way less stressful than running TNT dupers. Arguably, this might be the fastest way to dig 3/4 of a perimeter. Now, the big problem with this, oh my god, that's my face. The big problem with this is the fact that the TNT doesn't reach all the way to bedrock. Like I said, it only goes down to Y32. So what all the beacons are for is they're haste beacons, so I can insta-mine all the stone brick, and I'm then going to build it again for the last little bit of layers, because I believe that it is still faster to tear this down, collect all the materials, and rebuild it, and blast our way to bedrock than it would be to dig out all of the netherrack. And now this location was chosen because of its minimal lava pools, so that does mean that there would be a lot of netherrack to hand mine through, and that it shouldn't take that long to clear out. So yeah, that is the gold farm perimeter, and now the astute among you might notice there is no mobs, and that is because of my mob switch. So this guy, he's all kitted out with a diamond axe, and I got 70 villagers in here, and zombie villagers will not despawn if they've been converted, if you have traded with them and then they've been converted. These are all cleric villagers that I moved in here, traded with once, and then I subjected them to the wrath of, I name tagged this guy. I don't remember. I want to get his attention. What did I call him? Well, I can't see, so he's a guy. He does like 4 hearts of damage in full netherite. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, that's how I'm able to prevent any mobs from spawning in my nether perimeter, thus blowing up my dispenser grid, because that would suck. And now this is a little bit more yapping about what I said that I would do in the last World Tour. I said that I would have progress on my final base location. That would have been true if not for me taking a very large detour into the realm of getting beacons for my netherwort farm. Because all I need is netherwort, and I definitely could have farmed enough netherwort by now to have most of the walls filled in and actually made some progress on my final base location. But unfortunately, I'm taking a detour down Beacon Road, I guess. So hopefully in the next World Tour, to kind of set the expectations a little bit lower for next time, I'd like to have the gold farm perimeter completely dug out. I think that's fair to ask in the next 3 months. And who knows, maybe some progress along the creeper farm walls. And once that's done, I would like to start gathering up materials for the final base, like gathering up the 2 million cobblestone that I'll need, and maybe adding on to my tree farm with the dark oak, because I need lots of dark oak wood for the final base. Anyways, that's gonna do it for the World Tour. That's all I got for today. Short and sweet. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one for 63 months. Bye.